Touchdowns on all 7 possessions. Play action. Allen fires and finds the open man across the 50-yard line. Allen and he throws a little shot put pass. Stepping up, stepping away, in trouble now. It's tackled at the line of scrimmage. Josh Uche was there. Pressure was put on again from Judon coming from the other side. Wide to the right, bottom of the screen. 4-man rush. Allen hangs in the pocket, throws underneath. That's caught and taken to the 30-yard line. And the kick is right down the middle. Opening drive for the Buffalo Bills.
And I think it just helped him to be able to make the transition to the NFL quicker.
Here comes the blitz. They pick it up. And it is at the 45-yard line.
Out of that trouble and picked up positive yards.
1st and 20 now. Fakes the throw. Then sets it up for Stevenson. Loses it again. And at the 47-yard line, it is corralled by the Patriots. So 2 fumbles tonight, 1 for each guy. And that's caught here. And Marcus Jones inside the 20. Marcus Jones down the sideline. Touchdown. So this guy plays special teams, defense, and by the way, can play offense as well, as you just saw.
See, he's back here. This is a run designed to go to the right, but with deep coverage and pressure here. Good job of Mac Jones seeing it. Now just get it out there to a playmaker who can make a play after the catch. This is not common if you've not watched the Patriots. Like you said, he's a punt return.
Drifting around. Good protection this time. Throws a dart underneath. That's caught, and that's a first down. Cook stays in at running back. Gets it again. Through the middle. Great run to the 15-yard line. Handoff. Instead, it is Allen keeping it after faking it to Hines. Knox in the backfield as well, the tight end. Play action. Fires. Caught. Diggs for the score. We were talking during the break about how Diggs looked like he was getting a little frustrated, and sure enough, takes all of 4 seconds to get him into the end zone. 2nd and 11. Look out! And Jones with a flag thrown. Right now they need to give Pilardi some room if they're going to punt. And instead, yeah, he's going to have plenty of room right now because it's almost the first down as Stevenson. When he does, he gains about 20 yards on average.
Yeah.
Handoff here. Singletary. The deep stuff, the explosive plays. 3rd and 3. Allen. And that's caught at the 30-yard line. The pressure was put on that time by Uche. Keep it on the ground here. Pass to the outside. That's caught from McKenzie, and that'll be a first down. 48 yards total on the drive. Can they make it pay off here? Allen running and throws, and it's caught by Gabe Davis in the end zone. He's hassled, and he's able to get it away.
It's incredible he stays in bounds, and we see him often work to the right sideline. In fact, he's done it before the Patriots when he hit Dawson Knox. Just goes airborne before he goes out of bounds.
This is only New England's 14th play of the half. The Bills have run 31. On 3rd and 10, Jones escapes. Keeps his eyes downfield, fires, and that's incomplete. Number 13, he backs up. Gives Diggs a lot of room. Allen loses the ball. And the Patriots with Judon coming up with it with the recovery. Exactly what they needed. Uche came in. He forced it. Judon going to start the celebration, and that's exactly what New England needed at this point in the game. Played by Allen. 4th fumble to go with 11 interceptions. Meanwhile, great run here by Stevenson. Jones to the outside. That's caught. 2nd down and 10. And that's caught on the outside and getting out of bounds to stop the clock. Hunter Henry. 48-yard attempt for Folk. And he boots it through. So it's, where he hits the upright. No good, and it bounces back. Hits the crossbar. And the reload results in Allen shooting it to the right side. McKenzie makes the grab.
We've seen him checking it down and making really sound decisions with the ball in his hands.
Up tempo it here, and that's caught at the 50-yard line. McKenzie down at 10. Cook has it. Escapes the tackle. Gets banged down about 3 yards shy of the first down. Plenty of time. And the pass is dropped. Handful of penalties on both teams tonight, 5 apiece. 1st and 10 now at the 44-yard line. Over the middle, caught at the 48. And Jacoby Myers can only get to the 44-yard line. Allen fires, that's caught. That'll be a first down. Been indestructible. 3rd down and 3 here. Dancing, surveying, and it's hauled in by Diggs. What a catch. To the outside. Diggs breaks away. Over the middle. Open, making the grab, picking up 8. James Cook having a nice night. 3rd down and 4 at the 18-yard line. Allen fires, and that's hauled in. 2nd down and goal from the 8-yard line. Allen looking for the end zone and forced out of bounds by Devin McCourty. Bills trying to turn it into a potential 3-possession lead. Singletary into the end zone he goes. Touchdown Buffalo. That's caught for a first down. 3rd down and 15. Good protection. Myers.
And he's put together a masterpiece tonight against Bill Belichick.
Diggs on the slant makes the grab.
I think it's been a group effort, really.
On 1st and 10, swinging to the outside. Just because of this Thursday game, an extra 3 days to get ready for their next game against the Jets, as that pass is caught here. So things right now very good in Buffalo land, as the pass is caught up at the 40-yard line by Tyquan Thornton.
Really well-run organization.
3rd and 7. Swinging out, Stevenson. He fights his way for a first down. The defensive coordinator, 6th year as the DC in Buffalo. Catch is made here by Devontae Parker. Jones pressured, avoids the sack, and runs, and he starts to slide a little bit short. Need a yard and get about pressure. Big sack. A.J. Epinesa. Like a jailbreak that time.
Maybe they found something, right? They get Andrews back tonight, and boy, they're back to square one offensively.
39-yard field goal attempt by Folk. This time is good. How many games are you going to see this weekend? Like 9? Meanwhile, there's the bouncing ball, and it's recovered there by Gabriel Davis. What college game are you doing this week? And that will be the last play of the game. So they've now won 3 straight here in this, what has been through the years a home of horrors for them. Come out in great shape in terms of the playoff hunt. Not so for New England with a mark of 6-6.